Welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4 and welcome to the USA, where today we plan on spreading corporatism by force. So we are on the USA Rework Mod, which I will leave a link to in the description, and let's jump on in. Now USA, we start with the usual national spirits, plus a couple of new ones, which are Coca-Cola, the old Mickey Mousey company, and obviously Ford, so we get some nice bonuses from them, which is, always good for a overpowered USA. So the focus tree is a chunky boy. We've got a couple of usual bits over here, the war departments and such. We've got a bit of economy here we can get to later, and then we have the big old political path. So two different sides. We can either go through the democratic elections and go democracy and other bits and pieces down here, but who likes playing democracy? So we are going this other side, which is gridlock. So we have to unlock that, and then we can either go down MacArthur side, where MacArthur takes over, but we are going for Fallen Apart, where we have lots of juicy stuff down here and a lot of meme paths. So we need a gridlock, which means we need to ruin the election. So we've got this party management system here, Democratic, Republic, and third party. So we need to get this third parties up to 35%. We will be inciting a bit of a war, a civil war that is, so we'll build some mills in the south because we'll take over the south, which should help us get some guns out in the future. 25 PP, so we'll go and get the ramp up our third party, which gets the old percentage going. We can now take a focus. I'm not sure if the New Deal ruins it, so I don't really need the stability anyway, so I won't bother doing that just in case it does ruin our plans. We'll go and get war departments, I suppose. We'll do a little bit of that and get a few bonuses towards our military. The Republican nomination. This is irrelevant because, funny enough, we are going to rig the election and not go down one of these paths. So we'll go for ALF just for the bants. And the same with the Democratic. We'll just go FDR. It doesn't really matter. We'll go and hit the third party again, which takes it up to 32%. Last time we have to hit this, we are now up to 42%, which is enough to rig the election. Well, not rig the election, but ruin it. So when that comes around in November, we'll be able to go further down the tree we need. The election of 1936, a gridlock. Perfect, which unlocks the focus tree we want to use. Congress is unable to select a president. Oh, what a shame. We do get some rioting and some added popularity for the other political parties. MacArthur has stepped in with a plan, though. Obviously, we don't want to take his plan because we're not going down that side, so we will just have a downfall of our republic, and falling down happens. So we can either go with the government or the people. So siding with the people is mainly communist paths. So there's quite a few different ones. There's a few democracies and other bits and pieces here, but mainly the old revolution. So we're not going that side. Strengthen the government goes with a few interesting ones. So we can either stick with Ghana and we can go towards the Confederacy, which, a little bit boring, don't want to do that. Or we can look to the future, corporatism, and then we can either go Coca-Cola, Disney, or Henry Ford for the Ford. I feel like we're going to go the Mouse Empire today with bringing Mr. Disney into our leader, Mr. Walt Disney, that is, obviously. There is a monarchy path as well, where you can either pick an American monarchist. I don't really know who takes over as king as that. Robert or Joseph I. Don't know who they are. And then you can go a bit of conquering and proclaim the American Empire, which could be quite interesting. You can also get a German monarch and proclaim the German-American Kaiserreich, and a British one as well, and then do the old Anglo-sphere route. So there's some interesting monarchy paths. I may do another one and do a monarchist path if you guys are interested, so let me know on that. But we will be doing a Disney today. Congress declares national emergency. As much as it hates me to press that button, we are obviously going to be siding with the government this time. Congress passes the Emergency Power Act. Trust us, we're definitely not trying to consolidate power. Yeah, we've heard that before, I feel. We now become the United Congress Emergency Government. We do, if I get rid of that, get a new leader as well, which is Mr. Garner here, who we will be siding with later on. Some of our territories are just broken free. United Kingdom, Canada, and the Soviet Union have nicked some of them, which is not great. Hopefully we can get them back later, but yeah, we lose a little bit. Canada gets a bit bigger with Alaska as well. A house divided, add war economy, limited conscription, democratic, start a civil war. We'll just wait for the army of the United States to tick over just to help our mobilization. And with that done, we will kick off the Second American Civil War. We get the lovely central location, so 2 front lines. They get the Pacific and then the northeast up here as well. So we'll split our army up. We'll go half of them holding the northeast bit here, and the rest we'll send over to the Pacific coast, and we'll close that bit off first before we can then reunite our forces to push north. That's not a great little unit. Our normal infantry units are good, so this shouldn't be too difficult. We are stronger than them. We have got a few guns as well. Right, that is the majority of the Pacific. We've just got this little pocket here we need to finish off, and that's a good portion of their army surrounded and defeated, and then we can relocate these units. They don't actually have enough units to cover their border, so we'll just start a little bit of snaking where there's some empty gaps, see if we can get a few encirclements off as well. So many gaps for us to isolate. If we grab the last few, maybe Detroit, and that probably should do it. We'll just keep encircling them and then pinning them down. We might have to push up a little bit. We have got majority of them. 76%, yeah, almost there. And that is the Second American Civil War done. We had post-Civil War problems, which are, I was going to say not great, but opposite, they are absolutely terrible. But we are reunited at last. We'll let America first finish, and then we can go down the rest of our tree and head towards getting ourselves a new leader. Post-Civil War problems is absolutely terrible, especially for our consumer goods. Let's go and do question of leadership and head towards getting ourselves a better government. We do have 6 research slots now, so we are going to be a very high-tech country. I mean, not that America wasn't anyway, but it's 1937 and we've got 6 research slots, so I think we're going to be quite good in this game. The leadership question, so we want Ghana to stay so we can go down this route for Disney, so we definitely don't want to return to the old ways. We want Ghana is a capable president for maybe a few more months. Companies meet with Ghana. So we obviously want Tomorrowland and the influence of the Disney company, which improves the influence of the Disney company, but also means we can go and get them as our leader. So we now have the decision, I do need to do it before I can go down the tree, of the Walt Disney Company buys out the US government. So Walt Disney becomes our leader, 50 political power, 100 days we got to wait. Grab, retake the stolen lands while we wait just to see if we can get back a few of our territories. I will start just making sure we improve our relations just to give us a better chance of claiming our land back. So I didn't get any notifications, so I don't really know if it... Oh, we definitely got Alaska back. Not that it told me, so we definitely got that back. We haven't got back Panama Canal, which is a bit annoying. What else did we lose? Wasn't it like Attu Island or whatever it's called? Isn't that one? Yes, we got that back, which is good. I think the Japanese took some of our islands, but we haven't got them back, which is a little bit annoying. And our new glorious leader, Walt Disney. We are now the Republic of Disneyland. Got to be one of the most cursed nations I've seen, I think. But lucky our leader, Walt Disney, is popular and a liberal. So research speed and a big stability bonus, which is nice. We do also get a flag of some description. I can't decide if I actually like that or not. You can decide. We can go get our Disney focus now as well to get a few decisions to start expanding our borders. Good thing about this is we do have a humongous economy now very early on. So middle of 38 and we have so many factories, so we're going to start building a few nuclear research places as well. I'm going to use this sinking to get a free topple war goal against Japan, because I do want to go for them later, so we will just go for war. And we now have our lovely, lovely goals of making Disneylands all across the world, every single one. So we'll start with planning out our theme parks for a little bit of infrastructure, and then we basically gain a load of claims on all of the lands we want to build theme parks on. So we'll go and get that one. And then we can construct our Disneyland and Disney World in Los Angeles, renaming it to Disneyland. A few little civs, stability and war support bonus, and also Disney World down in Orlando. So 2 off the bat, 210 days to make them. And then we'll start conquering. So we've got a lot of places to take, but Disney will expand. I think we're going to go and use our Japan goal first before they join the tripartite pact with Germany, and then they guarantee them. So we can get an easy win with Japan. We'll have to take a few islands and a bit of fighting so we get enough war score, otherwise China will just take it all. Right, our troops are in position. Let's get that naval invasion off. We'll just go and immediately do our declaration and topple government. No one is guaranteeing them, which is good. And Japan is at war with the Republic of Disneyland. Not a message I thought I would ever see. They're not actually guarding all of the islands, which is surprising. So there's a few we've just managed to take. They are guarding a few, but we'll soon overpower them with our troops and naval supremacy. I am actually going cruiser subs this run just because it's easy to manage and we can just starve the allies when we go after them. And yeah, we'll starve the Japanese at the moment, but the allies we can just cut off all their trade routes as well. So we'll spam cruiser ones to sink every convoy around the world. This has turned into a Disneyland rules the waves video, but yeah, we have just sunk a good portion of the Japanese there. 3 carriers done, so we'll quickly get our naval supremacy. I am using that for marines though, because I do need some better landing troops. We'll do a little bit of fighting here in mainland China. They don't seem to have many troops guarding the ports, which is good. Once we've taken a little bit of war score here, we'll just jump to the main islands and knock them out. Right, I think we've got naval supremacy. We do. We completely control it. They are not engaging us at all. Got a load of subs out as well, so we will just jump on in. No one is guarding Japan. What a surprise. Let's just quickly roll them over then. We have taken most of China, so we'll go and just start declaring on China 40 days, because Japan is definitely not lasting 40 days, and we are after China next. And there goes Japan, the fall of Tokyo. Weirdly, I've got Japan already. Okay, I'm not going to complain because we haven't got too much war score. I mean, we've got majority, but not all of it, so that's fine. I'll just let China have everything else, really, and then I might take a little bit of Korea and then let China have it, because we're going to take it straight back off them anyway. Disneyland Tokyo is in production as well. A load more yet to go, so we are obviously starting, well, not starting, we are going next with China, so we'll jump to Korea for a bit of a landing force. No one is guaranteeing China, which is good. Sometimes the allies jump in. We have got a humongous CAS force now, so we'll get that over as well to help with our landings. Right, China's reforced there, so we have to do another little naval invasion. They are guarding a lot of their port and coastline, funny enough, but our troops are so far superior to theirs. Right, war plan yellow I forgot to do, so let's do that now. We can actually use a few of these war plans to help us. We'll land again in China. They've just knocked out the Japanese, and then they're getting absolutely bombarded by Disneyland. Shanghai is on its way because I don't actually need to own it, just control it, which is nice. For every 2 we get a extra national spirit. So we've got tourism industry, which gives us stability and weekly stability, because we have Disneyland and we have Disney World beat already. And there goes China. Easy peasy, not too difficult. I'm just going to take Shanghai, as we want that for our Disneyland, and we'll just go and puppet the rest of China so I don't have to bother occupying it, and then obviously we'll take all of their stuff as well. So Disneyland Shanghai is complete. We also have American China. I'm a bit disappointed. I thought it would be Disneyland China, which would be amazing, but never mind. We'll continue onwards. We've got a nice big puppet. We've got a load of industry, but I really just don't need it anymore. So next I'm going to go for the Allies, because they have literally 5 of the Disneylands to do, and obviously Germany has done majority of it for us. And then oh no, Rio's on it. I didn't realize that. We'll go for Brazil first, as long as someone doesn't guarantee him, and then we'll go for the Allies. So let's quickly justify on Brazil. So no one is guaranteeing them, which is good, so let's just immediately declare on them. Hopefully they won't join the Allies, but we are non-aligned, so we shouldn't. We do need a bit more naval supremacy yet though. I'll just jump again to the south, and we should just be able to knock them out. Brazil is not too difficult. You just have to take a little bit more land now. And there goes Brazil. We just need down here, Rio de Janeiro is the only bit, so we'll do the same. We'll just take that for our Disneyland, and then we'll just puppet the rest and take their stuff. Disneyland Rio is on the go, 210 days. We'll now, after the Allies or the Axis, we'll go with the Allies because they are already half defeated by Germany. We do need to take Canada then, so they don't just roll into our Republic of Disneyland. So we'll get some on their border. I'm going to do a few naval invasions. I think I'm going to have to do a lot of taking of Allied land to make sure we get some war score. Otherwise Germany is just going to be so overpowered once we cap them. So I think we're going to have to almost take the rest of the Allies' land everywhere. Our subs are already just raiding the hell out of... There goes a battleship as well, wow. Yeah, the UK is definitely feeling the might of our navy. Dutch East Indies is getting a good slapping from Mickey Mouse here. Let's quickly jump over to Raj as well, and I'll take all of that. That should be a lot of war score for us. I'm going to need to have majority of it, so we'll just hit over here and take all of that. Quebec has got so many troops in. If I can just walk into this tile next to it, that'll be, yeah, it is. Nice little 18-man encirclement in Quebec, so we'll just knock them out. Wow, we're doing so much convoy raiding. We're only at 15% now. I thought we'd be more, but yeah, any ship that the ally has is getting sunk. We are currently jumping over to Raj and taking out the East Asia here. Canada is basically done, just a few troops surrounded here in the last little pocket, so we'll quickly crush them out. Let's move our navy into the Indian Ocean as well, start engaging them there and surround India. We are landed. They haven't got many troops and we've landed, so I can't imagine they're going to do too much, but just in case they try and reinforce. All of our troops have landed pretty successfully, so I think we'll be absolutely fine here. They're just going to absolutely roll India over. We've sort of pushed through these Portuguese bits through Africa, so we'll head up towards Ethiopia and then try and take through Egypt and the Suez. We're going to have to take as much as possible, really. Right, India's done pretty easily, so let's get these Marines and we'll jump to sort of North Ethiopia and then we can meet up with our South African pushing out troops as well, and that should be majority of Africa in our control as well. Portugal is just not at home, so we're going to use them as our leapfrog point to hit the UK. I probably could have just got military access from Germany thinking about it, but never mind, we'll have our own land to hit from. Right, final push up to Egypt. We'll see if we can then get into the Med and do a bit more convoy raiding, see if we can sink some Italian ships as well. And all of this just adds to war score for us. I'm going to hit Ireland, and then I'm going to use that as a airport, basically a giant airport to start engaging the Royal Air Force and just get more war score, and we'll get air supremacy. I do actually have jets, so we're going to go some fighter CAS. We'll do, that's not enough, so we'll just do 2 jets. I mean, I've got all the industry as well, so I can make these as expensive as I want, and we'll still be able to mass produce so many of them. Let's go and max out radar in Ireland. We'll go max out infrastructure, and we'll go max out the air bases. I know the radars overlap, but who cares? I've got the industry. I don't need it. Let's just build it, and then this will be an excellent airport for us to engage the Royal Air Force. How's Germany doing? Because I can't let them cap the Soviets, otherwise it's game over for me. Well, it's not. It'll just be much harder. What are they at? Not too many troops. 8 million casualties. Soviets are still hanging on with 8, so that's okay. I'm happy with that. Right, I think it's take out the UK. There's not really much else we can do now. So we've got naval supremacy. They're going to have so many divisions by the looks of it on their port. So whether we can actually land or not is a different matter. We'll go and get red plan and... oh, that's just preparation speed. I don't need that, actually. I didn't realise that's all it did. They are not actually as well protected as I thought. They had a lot of divisions, but they're weirdly spread out. So we've landed with our Marines. I mean, our Marines are so thick anyway, there was no chance they were stopping them. We should just be able to roll them over now, really. Yeah, this is quite messy, and the Allies do have a lot of troops here with the British, but they're just no match. We're just force memeing them out with our amazing Marines. So yeah, Britain's done for our just battle planet. This is done. The Allies are done, and we'll see what we can take in the peace deal. Oh no! It capped before I had a lovely encirclement there. Never mind, that was like 60 divisions. We have got majority of the war scores, which is good. So I'm going to start taking the provinces I need. Hong Kong, Singapore, and the Aussie one is on the go. We need the Italian one, and I didn't manage to get Paris because they fought so much over it. So we need to knock the Axis out now. Luckily, because of our war score, we've got majority of it. The Axis don't have too much, so they shouldn't be too strong. Plus, the Soviets are keeping them very busy in the east. I'm hoping we can just knock Italy out in like one fell swoop with all these naval invasions, because I don't really want them to puppet, and I'm not sure how that will work with the park. So hopefully this will just knock them out in one swift movement. For some reason, Martin Bormann's in charge of the Germans, but I'm not going to ask questions about that. No idea why. We'll just go and take our claim space. 20 days. Hopefully that's not enough time for them to reinforce the front lines. Right, let's get going then. Declare on the Germans. We will get all of these on the go. Get our naval invasions off. We'll get our mass push out from Netherlands here. They have reinforced a little bit, but I think we'll quickly force mean them out. We have got a lot of air as well, but so do they. Plan Italy is going an absolute treat. They were really not expecting. And there we go. We capped them even before Mussolini was deposed. So Italy is out of the war and we control it all. Disneyland Naples is on the go, 210 days. There's a civil war, but that's irrelevant. We ain't giving them any land now. We just need to push out, roll over Germany, and take Paris back. Now we've got a bigger front line. The Germans just cannot man it. We are pushing just into the outskirts of Paris. There goes Croatia. It's pretty much game over for them, really. We do control Paris, so Disneyland Paris is now on the go, 210 days. The last Disneyland we need. Spain, you have picked a terrible time to join this war, as usual. When it's going not brilliant, you join in. When they're winning, you just don't want to bother. So, fine, we'll have to knock you out as well to get our peace deal. What are they at now? 89%, almost done. We do need to take out Hungary as well, but that's not too much of a problem. There goes Germany, liberation of Warsaw. So just Hungary now. We'll quickly move through these front lines as it is quite awful at the moment. And there is the peace deal. We do get an average amount of war score, seeing as the Soviets have been fighting for years. So I only need to really grab Paris and Naples. I only wanted the provinces I needed. So we've got Disneyland, Naples. We've got Paris. The rest of it is absolutely disgusting. We obviously have Disney World. We have Disneyland here. We have Disneyland Tokyo, Disneyland Shanghai, Hong Kong, what else do we have? Singapore, and down here, Disneyland Oceania, which I didn't even know was a thing. So we have successfully conquered all of the Disneylands. Mr. Walt Disney has created his empire. We do actually have multiple of these tourism giant I feel like that should have upgraded because these have all stacked, so our stability is like 1,000,000%. I think these are meant to upgrade instead of getting each one, but that's obviously just a little bug that needs fixing. I mean, I can't complain. It definitely helps us out. So we are a tourism powerhouse. But that is where we will leave it. Mr. Walt Disney has created his empire of Republic of Disneyland and all his parks. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Please check out the mod if you want to give it a go. I'll leave the link down in the description. Let me know down in the comments what you guys want me to do next. Shout out to all our members. Thank you very much for helping out the channel. I do appreciate it. Check out some of these other videos and maybe subscribe. Thanks for watching and peace out.